Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Good morning. I would like to take this opportunity to welcome Sri Swami Krishnadasji. Swami Krishnadasji, a disciple of Pujya Sri Sant Krishnadasji, has travelled throughout the world spreading the message of Hindu philosophy and, more importantly, its practical application on several challenges faced by us in our daily life. Swamiji has delivered several talks, disclosures, and lectures, not only in India, but many foreign countries in Europe, US, Africa, Middle East, on a wide range of topics covering philosophy of life and spirituality. Swamiji's simple and practical approach enables everyone to relate and connect with him in an effortless manner. The younger generation, in particular, have benefited immensely in the pursuit of leading a peaceful, stress-free, successful and happy life. Some of the topics discussed by Swamiji include achieving happiness, stress management, the stock exchange of life, leap of faith, life management, accounting for happiness, God's love letter, you, the precious gem, give, get, grow, positive thinking, why me, and many, many more. Swami Krishnadasji is one of the prime examples of how the blessings of a Sadguru can completely transform an ordinary materialistic person into a blessed spiritual leader. Swamiji, a chartered accountant by qualification, owned a flourishing business of diamond export. Swamiji's life completely changed when he received Puja's darshan in 1994. He chose to leave behind the worldly attractions and devoted himself to the quest of achieving the ultimate goal of life, supreme happiness. With this, we would also like to welcome Mr. and Mrs. K.P. Daswani from Hong Kong. And I request them to translate Swamiji with other class.
Swami Krishnadasji ki
बिहारी लाल की जय, वल्लभ लाल की जय, अलमेली सरकार की जय। जय श्री राधे, जय जय श्री राधे, जय जय श्री राधे। बोलिए श्री संत माता देवी जी की जय, गुरु चरणारविंद की जय, मैया महारानी की जय, लाडले लाल जी की जय।
स्वामी कृष्णदास जी की
जय। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरुदेवं दासकीं स्वरूपिणम् सखीरूपदम्बिकम् राधाकृष्णात्मकम् प्रविश्य मम वाचमिमां प्रसुप्ताम् सञ्जीवयति न शक्तिधरः सताम्नाम् अन्यांश्च हस्तचरणश्रवणत्वगादीन् प्राणान्नमो भगवते पुरुषाय तुभ्यम् भुवनैकबन्धो हे कृष्ण हे च हरिः करुणैकसिन्धो हे नाथ हे रमण हे नयनाभ्याम आभार्कदानुभवितास्ति पदं दिशो मयूरराविन्दति मया महाराणी लाडले लालची On the onset, I would like to first of all thank our Puja Guruji, Sant Krishnadasji, because of whom we have been able to do some success in our lives. Because of whom we have been able, as we would say, try and wake ourselves up. So, praying to her, and a special mention for our very much liked Mr. K.P. Daswani ji from Hong Kong. It's a special welcome. Why? Because being in Hong Kong and being in that area of material world, still he is one of the most respected and loved, I would say, spiritual seeker in Hong Kong. And for me, obviously, he has been a guiding factor as and when required. So first of all, we will start our satsang, we will start our today's good work with a small prayer. All of us will do the prayer together, and we all will try and pray to the lotus feet of the Lord and ask for His blessings on the right side. We'll start the prayer with the chanting of the sacred hymn 3 times, all of us together. Then we do the prayer. I will say the prayer in small parts. We'll all try and repeat it afterwards. Oh O merciful Lord, with your grace, our sages have told us the importance of this human form. Therefore, we wholeheartedly pray to you to shower your infinite grace on us so that we may be able to serve mankind selflessly and be compassionate to one and all around us. O our Master, please give us the strength that we should not do any wrong in life. And if by chance we happen to do any, we should be able to resolve not to do it again and beg pardon at your lotus feet. Please bless us so that we should always feel you are with us. O our beloved, please bestow such grace upon us that while fulfilling our worldly duties, we should be able to chant your name and meditate upon your enchanting beauty and thus achieve our ultimate goal of everlasting peace, happiness and bliss. We surrender at your lotus feet. Vrindavan Vihari Lal ki jai. When we say, what is this life? The basic purpose of today's presentation, I would say, is for us to realize that whatever we do in life, whatever circumstances we are in, whatever our lifestyle is, there can be a different angle to everything that comes our way. Our purpose would be to change the angle of our outlook. As we will see in the presentation, the whole idea is for the younger generation to realize what I am doing, how I am doing is important, but more important is how my outlook towards it. Whether I am listening to a bhajan, or I am listening to a film song, or I am doing something, whether I am going out, whether I am in the house, in every aspect of life, we have a chance to improve our whole life. If we realize that every step we take will be one step towards the Lord. You all must have heard a song, every move you make, every step you take, every claim you stake, I'll be watching you. So when we heard that song someday, the past 20 years, did we link it to our Lord watching us? If we can do that much, we will say, my Lord is singing for me. Every move you make, every breath you take, every step you take, I'll be watching you. That's the difference. If we can do that much, our lives will be much more beautiful, easier, and as you all said, with less tension. So, our basic aim, what is this life? To discuss, we'll have to adjust the display. As we say, Murphy's law, and we all believe in that Murphy's law always. Anything that can go wrong will go wrong. Exactly the wrong. So, same is this way. So, what is this life? कहते हैं कि बैकग्राउंड में रखो म्यूजिक. It's beautifully said in this song. जिंदगी का सफर है ऐसा सफर, कोई समझा नहीं कोई जाना, चलते हैं सब मगर कोई समझा नहीं कोई जाना. कि this is the point I was coming to. This song, we heard it again and again and again and again. But how many times do we sit and try to relate it to our lives? If we do not do that, we are spending most of our time in the material world. And with the Lord's grace, we spend some time sitting in front of Him and praying. Somebody says 10 minutes, somebody says 15 minutes, somebody says half an hour, somebody says 1 hour, whatever. But majority of our time goes in the material world. Majority of time goes into this non-spiritual area of our life. So, if we hear this song and relate, then it gives us a question. अगर कोई समझा नहीं, कोई जाना नहीं, तो इस सफर का क्या मतलब है? But the point comes, what is this life if full of care? If our life is filled with care, filled with tension, filled with things like, I have to finish my work, I'm under stress, I cannot cope up with my life, I have too much to do in this small life, I have 24 hours only, I wish I had 26 hours in life. So the poet, when he wrote, what is this life? He said, what is this life if full of care? If my life is going to be spent in just contemplating how I should get my life in order, how I should make my ends meet, how I should be in a situation where I am not in tension, how I should get rid of my tension, how I should get rid of my stress. If my life is going to be spent in that, the poet says, it's no point. What is this life if full of care? We have no time to stand and stay. If we do not have some time in our lives to stand at one place, enjoy life, then that life is not worth. Everyone needs some time.
where he is without stress, where she doesn't have to bother about business, she doesn't have to bother about the house, she needs or he needs some time, as we say in our language, some time to switch off. But still, if everything is coming down to the same point that as soon as we do not switch off, our problem starts. We have no time to stand and stare. Everyone has to think, why? Why don't I have that time to stand at one place, enjoy life? How many times we have done this in the past, especially in the past few days?
ये दुनिया आज तक है उन सबके लिए जो दौड़े जा रहे हैं शहर की इस दौड़ में दौड़ के करना क्या है? जब यही जीना है दोस्तों, तो फिर मरना क्या है? पहली बारिश में ट्रेन लेट होने की फिक्र, भूल गए जीते हुए कहना क्या है? सीरियल के किरदारों का सारा हाल है मालूम, पर माँ का हाल पूछने की पुस्तक कहाँ है? अब ये के नंगे पांव कहते क्यों नहीं? 108 है जाने, पर ये बहते क्यों नहीं? इंटरनेट की दुनिया से तो टच में है, लेकिन पड़ोस में कौन रहता है जानते तक नहीं। मोबाइल लैंडलाइन सबकी भरमार है, लेकिन जितनी दोस्त तक पहुंचे ऐसे काम कहाँ? कब डूबते हुए सूरज को देखा था याद है? कब जाना था शाम का गुजरना क्या है? तो दोस्तों शहर की इस दौड़ में दौड़ के करना क्या है? जब यही जीना है तो फिर मरना क्या है?
I'm sure at least the younger generation has heard this. किसने किसने नहीं सुना हाथ उठे तो? नहीं सुना? So those who have heard it, at that point of time, did we sit and start thinking? इस शहर की इस दौड़ में दौड़ के करना क्या है? अगर यही जीना है तो फिर मरना क्या है? If we do not sit and think about what we hear, then our progress is very, very slow. The main point is when you hear something, if you do not analyze it nicely, it's not going to help. It may be entertainment, right? Film dekh li, very nice film, etc., etc., etc. But if our outlook changes, if my thinking changes, if I start trying to analyze, yes, this is something which is useful for me, I am going to analyze it, try and put it into my life, then my progress starts. Then when I hear शहर की इस दौड़ में दौड़ के करना क्या है, अगर यही जीना है यारो तो फिर मरना क्या? Then I realize, yes, she may be saying it for somebody else, but it is applicable to me. I need to do something about it. Because we have everything today, very nicely put. We stay in Bombay. We have a beautiful beach. How many times in the recent past have we taken time off and gone there to see the sunset? How many times we have gone to such a place, stood there and stared at the sunset? So that message, शहर की इस दौड़ में दौड़ के करना क्या है? अगर यही जीना है यारो तो फिर मरना क्या? Our life has become like this. This is a very beautiful story of an executive who had a new Jaguar and he was going really fast in his new car. But as he entered LA, He was looking out for kids coming out of the small lanes. And suddenly, a brick came and smashed into his side door. The angry executive stopped the car, got out, caught the first kid, and asked him, "What do you think you are doing? Why did you throw this brick on my car? This brick you have thrown is going to cost me a lot of money. Why did you do this?" The boy was very, very sad. He was sorry. He said, "I'm sorry, sir, but I had no other alternative. I tried to stop, but nobody else would stop. So I had to throw this brick on you." The executive asked him, "Why did you throw it? Why did you want people to stop?" He said, "It's my brother. He's fallen off his wheelchair and he's too heavy for me to pick him up." He pointed at his brother lying on the road with his wheelchair fallen down. The executive, the young man, was shocked. Instantly, he took the sobbing boy, he took the small boy to his brother, checked him for the fresh scars, he removed his handkerchief, cleaned them up, and realized that, okay, it's just a superficial thing, nothing bad, he'll be okay. He put that boy into the wheelchair and watched them go towards their house. He walked back very slowly to his Jaguar. Very slowly, he walked back to his Jaguar, remembering that small boy's words, "I thank you very much, and may God bless you." But when he walked back to the Jaguar, it was a very slow, sad, and contemplating walk towards the car. Because on that day, he realized that we have been running too fast in life. He realized I have been running too fast in life. And never run so fast in life that somebody has to throw a brick at you to make you stop or to get your attention. So what did that executive do? He went to the car and he did not repair the dented side. He let it be there. Somebody asked him, "Why did you let it be there? Just get it repaired." He said, "No. Every day in the morning when I go to my car, this dent reminds me, don't run through life so fast that somebody has to throw a brick at you to get your attention." If he had just gone and repaired it, done, XYZ bill, paid, got it repaired, thank you very much. Then it would have been like a normal person. I go through a circumstance, I go through an experience, but experience is not what happens with us. Experience is not what happens with us. Experience is what we learn from what happens with us. If we do not learn, experience will not be an experience. It will just be one incident in your life. He learned. Let that dent be there to remind me every morning, don't run through life so fast that somebody has to throw a brick at you to get your attention. A poor life is full of care. We have no time to stand and stare. Forget getting somebody's attention. We do not have time for ourselves also. We need to be attentive. We need to be awake. Our life was supposed to be a scenic, enjoyable road. Smooth, scenic, enjoyable road. But it has become a complex maze. It has become a complex maze. We have made our lives so complex that going through life has become like a maze, and very complex one. When we were kids, we used to love going through those mazes. But we have made our lives like a maze. And that too a very complex one. Let not this happen to us. Our life is supposed to be a smooth, scenic journey. All three are important: smooth, scenic, and journey. It has to be very smooth, enjoyable, scenic, where you can see the scene, where you can enjoy the beauty on the road. And it has to be a journey. It doesn't have to be just we are living because we are living. That's not going to work. Sometimes in the rat race, we do not have time to listen. And someone has to throw a stone at us to get our attention. We should enjoy, make use of every moment because there's no guarantee that we'll get it tomorrow. When we discussed earlier, we get this 86,400 seconds in a day for us to use. We get those seconds in a day for us to use, but there is no guarantee that you are going to get it tomorrow. You can't carry over your balance. There is no guarantee that we'll get it tomorrow. Enjoy every moment. We need to do this. इसने भी जब गाया तब रियलाइज नहीं किया, आई एम श्योर नहीं किया होगा, क्योंकि आउटलुक नहीं है ना. You need to have an outlook, and I am sure 90% of us who must have heard this would not have related to it. It's a good song, you enjoy listening to it, etc., etc. Fine. But that small thing, हर पल यहाँ जीवर जियो, जो है समा कल होना. If one person can get this in your life, our whole life can change. Because both the things are there. हर पल यहाँ जीवर जियो. Whatever you have is the present. Whatever we have is the present. Live it. And जो है समा कल होना. Maybe we don't get it tomorrow. So my point when I started was this: whatever we go through in our daily routine, if we can sit, apply our brains and analyze it for our good, everything is nice. If we can sit, pick up something good from whatever we go through in the day, everything is helpful. If we can sit, try and make our efforts towards our spiritual line, then every step will be an experience that can teach you something. But That outlook should be there. Yes, I want to get something out of things. If that thing comes in our lives, we'll be much happier than we are today. Definitely. It's very nicely said. Life is not a race. Life is not a race. It's a journey. Enjoy it. We have made life into a race and forgotten that it's a journey. And everybody is rushing in life. But this is a very nice question we should ask every day. Why are you rushing through life? Are you in a hurry to get to the end? We should ask ourselves every day, why am I rushing through life? Am I in a hurry to get to the end? Nobody wants to get to the end. Then why are you rushing? On one side, you are rushing. On the other side, you say, I do not want to get to the end. Not going to match. Somewhere there is some imbalance. So we should ask ourselves every day, why are you rushing through life? Are you in a hurry to get to the end? Everybody is running. Life has become a race. Life has become a race, a rat race. I want to be in front of, I want to overtake. Very simple. That is my basic objective. In the morning, I get up, start putting my targets. I have to do this. That's it. So life has become a rat race, as all of us know. But rat race. This is the rat race. The rat race is made in such a way that you start from anywhere. The goal is there. Happiness is just around the corner. Work harder, earn more money, keep going, buy more things. Work harder, earn money, keep going, buy more things. This is going to keep on going. It's like a vicious circle. It's going to go round and round and round and round and round and round. Because if you want to buy more things, you have to work hard. If you work hard, you will earn more money. If you earn more money, you keep going. If you keep going, you can buy more things. If you buy more things, you have to work harder. You keep going round and round. This is called a vicious circle. It is like running a race without a finishing line. You keep running, running, running. It's such a pity to see the human race in a rat race. This is very beautifully said. It's such a pity to see the human race in a rat race. Why have we degraded ourselves so much? It's a pity to see humans in that rat race. But everybody is running. Everyone is running. If you sit and ask someone, why are you running? Or if a person sits and tries to analyze himself, why am I running? Certain people say, I started running because I thought that मेरा friend जो है वो थोड़ा सा आगे निकल गया है, I should be also in front of him, so I should do this, that. Then I was much ahead of him, but then when I was ahead of him, there was somebody else whom I wanted to defeat, so I started earning more. Then somebody else, then somebody else, then somebody else. Ultimately, at one fine point, I forgot why I was running. I was running because I was running. I have forgotten why I started or why I was running. So it's a pity to see the human race in a rat race. It's like a dog trying to bite its own tail. If you have ever seen a dog trying to bite its own tail, it keeps going round and round and round and round and round, but is never able to do it. It's like a rat running on a wheel. There can be only one solution to this. He keeps running. One day he gets tired and falls down. That is the only place that rat will reach. So that is a rat race, and it's such a pity to see the human race in a rat race. The trouble with the rat race, and this is very beautiful for all of us. The trouble with the rat race is whether you win or you lose. Whether you win or you lose, you're still a rat. If it is a rat race, whether you win or you lose, you're still a rat. So why do we want to get involved in a race which is going to make us a rat? Very simple. But out of this door, everybody is back there. If this comes into our mind in the morning, at least this much, I am a human. I am a human. Why do I want to become a rat? If not, then why am I running in the rat race? And this race doesn't end anywhere. I'll show you a classic example. Altamont Road pe somebody makes a building. 27 stories or whatever stories. And instantly, as soon as that building is over, somebody at just opposite Breach Candy Hospital wants to make the same. Why do you want to do it? But no, the rat race doesn't leave anybody. It makes a rat of everyone. Anybody who gets involved wins or loses, ultimately is going to be a rat. That is our choice. What I want to become. I want to be a human or I want to become a rat. That is my choice. No matter how far I have run, it always seems as if I end up in the same place. I run. And when I see, I end up in the same place. Because no matter how far I run, I just realize that somebody is still ahead of me. There's still someone in front of me whom I have to defeat. I still have to keep running. I was running 10 years ago, I was running 15 years ago, I was running 5 years ago, I'm running today. I'll be running 5 years down the line also. Because no matter how far I run, it always seems that I end up in the same place. This is very well said. They get us running in circles from 9 to 5. Get up, catch the train, take your car, go to the office, work, come back, traffic, tell you reach home. 9 to 5, they get us in circles. And from 5 to 9, they teach us how to live life. That TV tries to show you life. And then from 9 to 5, it makes you run around. Ultimately, 9 to 5 you're still running. We have been running all the time. All the time we are running. But everyone put your hand on your heart and everyone's heart will say, I still haven't found what I'm looking for. When he sang that song quite a few years ago, he was young. And if I'm not mistaken, just now when the iPhone 6 was launched, he was called on stage. He made a very nice statement. Because his album was on iTunes, free download, etc., whatever. He made a very nice statement that U2 was launched many years ago when I was a kid. So many years down the line, I got so many albums, I did so much, I did so much publicity. I have been a certain percentage in social work. But, he said, but I still haven't found what I'm looking for. All of us are in the same boat. We say, we are running, but I still haven't found what I'm looking for. So there are two aspects to this statement. First, a normal person would say, I want something, but I have not found what I am looking for. I have worked hard. I have scaled the city walls. I have done whatever I could, but I still haven't found. I am looking out for something, but I have not found it. But our scriptures say that is a very wrong concept. That is a very wrong idea that is in our minds. Our scriptures say a normal human being. This means, but I still haven't found what I am looking for. Okay? At this moment of time, I have still not found out what I want. What am I looking out for? The day we find that out, then our journey will start. At present, I am in a dilemma as to what I am looking out for. It is not that I want that and I am running for it, but I have not found it. No, I am running, but I still haven't found what I am looking for. I have still to realize what is my target, what is my aim, what do I want. The day we reach that, then my journey will start. At present, our targets are all material targets. And those targets are such, they will keep changing as you progress. They will not stop at one point. That means these are not your targets. These are just your small things that you want, and you feel that if I do this, I will be much more happier. Which doesn't happen because it comes out to a vicious circle. You keep going round and round. By the time you reach here, your target has changed. So you keep again. By the time you reach here, your target has changed. So you keep going again. This means I still haven't found what I'm looking for. I have still to realize what I want. The day I realize that, my job will be done.
कैसा है हम सब इस दुनिया में हम से हर किसी इस मैराथन से करने में भागते रहते हैं और फिर उसे से खत्म किए तेरी कोशिश सब कुछ चल चल
इसे हमारी जिंदगी कैसी है? हमारा जीवन एक मैराथन से कम नहीं। हम भागते रहते हैं। एक दिन सब छोड़कर चले जाओ।
थैंक यू।
इसने बहुत
राधे राधे।
समझा नहीं। और उतारा नहीं। Was this is a very nice message. If someone we can say absolutely like a marathon, then it gives us a message that everywhere, sometime, one person has that blessings to realize, yes, why am I running unnecessarily? My life has become like a marathon. But the problem is, 10 seconds after this is out. The problem is we don't catch that message when it comes into our lives. If our life has become a marathon, and I realize it has become a marathon, and I realize that एक दिन भागते रहते एक दिन सब छोड़ के चले जाते हैं. The day I realize this, I'll be out of the rat race. Because there are two options. If we are in the rat race, We win or we lose, we'll be still a rat. So we have two options. One, you be in the rat race. Second option, get out, watch the rat race from outside. Whether anybody wins or loses, we will not be a rat. If I can just get that step done, get out of that vicious circle, come out of the rat race, sit, watch the rat race being run, then at least I will not be a rat. If I realize that, my life will become much better. First, I was dying to finish my high school. This happens with everyone. And then I was dying to finish college, start working. Then I was dying to marry and have children. Then I was dying for my children to grow old enough so I could go back to work. But then I was dying to retire. And now I'm dying. And suddenly I realized I forgot to live. This happens with most of the people. Please do not let this happen to you. Appreciate your current situation and enjoy it. Appreciate your current situation and enjoy it each day. That is very necessary because we have been dying to do this, we have been dying to do that, we have been dying to do that, we have been dying to do that. But at the end, when I realize I'm dying, all that is useless at that moment. What surprises is the human contradictions. When we are in such a hurry to grow up, and then we long for our childhood days. We sacrifice our health to make money, and then we spend all our money to recuperate our health. We think of the past, worry about the future, and in the process, never enjoy the present. One person, if he is continuously thinking of the past, what has happened to me, this was not good, he did this to me, he did that to me, he is living the past. Or he is worrying about the future, 10 years down the line what will happen, 5 years down the line what will happen. In the process, he neither enjoys the past nor the future and messes up the present. One person, if he keeps thinking about the future and the past, he is never going to be in the present. But present is the only gift we have from God. That is why it is called present. You see, I gave you a present. Because past is history, future is mystery. Today is now is present. That is why it is called a gift, a present. So, what surprises is the contradiction that we live in. When we were young, when we were small kids, we wanted to grow up. And as soon as you grow up, you long for those childhood days. Everybody does that. We think about the past, worry about the future, and mess up the present. We look before and after and pine for what is not. And in the end, we'll end up saying, जब भी ये सुनते हैं अच्छा लगता है क्यों अच्छा लगता है because of the contradictions of human life. Exactly what is written. We were in such a hurry to grow up. When we grow up, we long for those childhood days. Can I tell you something? Kujima always says, we long for your childhood. वो कागज की कश्ती, वो बारिश का पानी, we long for that. People say yes. But one question to them is, who stopped you now? Who stopped you now? किसी ने आके रूल बना दिया है क्या? I tell you, we do most of these things still because Ujjima says a spiritual seeker has always to be a child in the lap of God. Don't grow up. Not worth it. Not worth it. Because at the end of the day, you're going to sing this. Why grow up? Why can't you enjoy life as you have supposed to be enjoying? Why can't you be in a boat and enjoy the journey rather than messing up about whether this boat will be nice, whether this is, who has traveled in this boat, who is going to travel in this boat? Why are you worried about the future? Why do you mess up with the past? Why do you think about the past and mess up your present? Nobody has stopped us from being a child still. What stops us is ourselves. If there is somebody who is hindering our progress, is only me, nobody else. If you can be a child, go and enjoy yourself. Who's stopping you? But we are worried. What will they say? If he sees me, what will he say? ऐसे कैसा लगेगा मैं ऐसे बैठता हूँ तो ऐसे कैसा लगेगा? Who cares? Because after everything, if you are going to sing this, it's better keep enjoying. Live in the present and enjoy life. We live life as if we are never going to die and die as if we never lived. This is what happens with the majority of us. Die as if we never lived. And we live as if we are never going to die. Doesn't help. दो बातें को भूल मत, जो चाहत कल्याण, नारायणिक मौत को तुझे श्री भगवान. Our scriptures have given us beautiful messages. You have to remember two things in life. नारायणिक मौत को तुझे श्री भगवान. दो चीज याद रखो. Life will change. Okay, you say scriptures, this, that, fine. I'll show you somebody else who says it.
You say as if it was past. Someday you'll most certainly be right. It made an impression on me. And since then, for the past 33 years, I've looked in the mirror every morning and asked myself, if today were the last day of my life, would I want to do what I am about to do today? And whenever the answer has been no for too many days in a row, I know I need to change something. Remembering that I'll be dead soon is the most important tool I've ever encountered to help me make the big choices in life.
If you live each day as if it was your last day, one day you most certainly will be right. And as it is said there and there, they're saying the same thing. दो बातें को भूल मत, जो चाहत कल्याण, नारायणिक मौत को तुझे श्री भगवान. If you live each day as if it was your last, one day you most certainly will be right. And he said in the speech that this, remembering that I will be dead soon, is one of the biggest tools that help me make the big decisions in life. Because if a person remembers that one day I will be dead, he doesn't have the fear, he doesn't have the apprehensions, and he doesn't have the problem in making big decisions in life. And this remembering that I will be dead soon means remembering that one day the sun will set on us. Is very important in life. Because we can learn many things from little kids. For example, there were some kids playing on the beach. When they play on the beach, they make houses, they make their boundary, they make small cars, etc. They were playing. in the sand. Each one makes a small house, decorates it, makes the boundary, and in the process, while making the boundaries, they even fight with each other. They even quarrel. But that is kids quarrel. There's a difference between when kids quarrel and when elders quarrel. When kids quarrel, the quarrel finishes when the quarrel finishes. The fight finishes when the fight finishes. And when the elders quarrel, elders fight, the fight starts when the fight finishes. That fight never finishes. 15 years ago you had told me this. I remember. Who has the time? So they fight with each other, they quarrel, but they build their houses, they build their boundaries, they build their small little kingdom and play. As the day passes, they keep an eye on the sun. And when the sun is about to set, before it is dark, they just turn around, look out for the person whom their parents have sent, hold his hand, and jumping and dancing, they go out, go towards their home. They don't even look back what happened to the castle that I made, or the small palace that I made, or the small house that I made. What happened? A wave comes, cleans it off, goes away. They're not bothered because they have set their mind that before the sun sets, before it is dark, I have to turn around, hold his hand, go home to my real parents. The kids have so much sense, but we elders need more sense. They have sense that before it is dark, before the sun sets on me, I need to leave all this, turn around, go with the person I deputed and reach my home. Or else, if it gets dark, I will not be able to go home. I will be crying on the beach. Kids understand. We still need to understand. We need to understand that someday the sun is going to set on me. Remembering that today will be the last day of my life. One day will definitely be true. One day the sun will set, means it will be dark, means we will be face to face with death. Before that day, as the kids leave the material things that they have made there, we need to get our mind off these things, these tangible things, these things that will be left over when we go, and turn around, look out for somebody who will take us to our real parents. We need to learn this from the kids. And I think that is why we long for our childhood days. Because childhood can teach us a lot of things, which after growing up we tend to forget. So before our death comes to us, we need to make big decisions in life. We need to turn around from the rat race, get out of the race, and get going towards the ultimate goal in life. Get going towards our real home, and get going towards our real aim. That is ultimate peace, happiness, and bliss that lies in our Lord. So if you remember each day as if it was your last day, someday it will be really true. And that will help us make decisions in life. दो बातों को भूल मत, जो चाहत कर लेना. They say you are still a rat because even if somebody gets all the material things in the world, he will still be longing for more. Yat prithibhyam dehi yavam hiranya pashavaspriya dalyam ekasya paryaptam tasmat pushna parityade. scriptures say, even if one person in this world is given every material thing that lies in this world, Yat Prithivya Devi Yam Hiranya Pasavastriya, everything, whatever material goods in life are given to one person. Even after that, Tasmat Krishnam Parityajit. Even after that, his desire for more will be as strong as it was before. And after getting so much, his desire will increase many fold. If somebody has the conception that, okay, once I get so much of material things, I will be satisfied, that day will never come. Because the more we get, the more we want. It is like putting ghee into the fire. At one point of time, when you put the ghee, you think, oh, the flame has stopped. But it does not stop. It grows more. It comes with more force because of the. So, if somebody feels that I will get something and I will be satisfied by the material things, it's never going to happen. Because our scriptures say, even if somebody is given everything that is in the world, not one, two, everything that is in the world, if one person gets it, still he'll be longing for more. There is no point in running a race where we run in circles without a finishing line. 2, not knowing what we are looking out for. 3, in the end, feel we were better off not running. See, we are running a race where we are running in circles without a finishing line. Second, I still haven't found what I'm looking for. Third, in the end, I start singing What is the point in running a race where there is no finish line? I do not know what I am looking out for, and after running, I feel I was better off not running. What is the point? So, there is no point in running a race. It's time to get out of this rat race and get the real taste of life. This is very important. The first line, कुछ बात है हम सभी में. I wonder when they write these, do they realize what they are writing? I still wonder. कुछ बात है हम सभी में. There's something in us, something which makes us feel, yes, I'm looking out for something, but I do not still realize what I'm looking out for. कुछ खास है हम सभी में. There's something special in us. And the most special thing in us is we have been blessed to have this human form. That is the most special thing that we have. And it's time to get out of this race and get the real taste of life. So he says, कुछ बात है हम सभी में और क्या स्वाद है जिंदगी. We have to get out of this race and get the real taste of life. At present, whatever we have tasted life is our experience that has led us to think, what is this life? Was my life supposed to be like I live as if I am never going to die and die as if I never lived? Is my life supposed to be that way? You get an answer from inside. Yes, I have been running, I have been doing these things, but no, there is something I am looking out for, which I am not able to place still. So, वो खास है, that is very special to this human race. It is very special to our human beings. That We have that power and we have been blessed with that feeling that I'm looking out for something which I do not still have. वो खास है. So let us all get out of this race and get the real taste of life. Unless and until we taste that life, we are not going to be able to do justice to this human form. We need to do something. Get out and get the real taste of life. The real taste of life lies somewhere else. Definitely not where we have been looking out for. We do not want to die still saying this, but I still haven't found what I'm doing. Majority will do this, but let us get out and get the real taste of life. There's a beautiful book that says the monk who sold his Ferrari. The monk who sold his Ferrari. It's about a American guy who comes to India and Tibet, changes his life, gets out of the rat race, and sells off his Ferrari, sells off his whatever, and becomes a monk. Why? He said it's a fable about fulfilling your dreams and reaching your destiny. At present, our dreams are all connected to the material things. But here is a person who has everything material and gives it away to fulfill his dreams and destiny. Means he realized running the rat race doesn't make any sense for me. Let me get out and get the real taste of life. In this book, the monk who sold his Ferrari, what attracts us? What attracts us? Ferrari, obviously. If the title of the book did not have Ferrari, it would have sold half. Because still our outlook will always be material. That Ferrari will attract us. And the reply will be obviously. If a person becomes a monk, he has nothing in his house, I am not interested. I am interested in why a person having a Ferrari. So Ferrari is more important. And secondly, Ferrari देनी थी तो मेरे को दे देता. Unnecessary. So the financial mind will start functioning. This is beautiful. The financial mind will start functioning. He will think the monk who sold his Ferrari, the monk who bought the Ferrari, and the monk who brokered the deal. To the majority of us, the Ferrari is important, and only to a selected few the monk attracts. It's a pity, but it's true. To the majority of us, the Ferrari is important, but only to a selected few the monk attracts, because we have been trained to follow. As we always say, on the way of life, I reached at a fork. There were two roads. One was the well-trodden road, and the other was a less used one. One road was the well-trodden. I could see many footsteps. Many people have travelled, and the other one was a very scarcely used road. I took the other one, and that made all the difference. Majority will go on that road because we have been trained. Our mind has been trained to follow. This is the system that has been made. Go on the system. And those who do not are looked down upon. Those who do not follow that path are looked down upon. So, to a selected few, the monk attracts. To a selected few, the question will arise. If a person has everything in life, he has money, he has a Ferrari, he has whatever. Why does a person have to forego everything, take a stick in the hand, wear orange clothes, and just get out. Why? What was the extra thing that he got that made him do this? He must have got something that I have not got for him to just quit the rat race and get out. Selected few will think. For the others, congratulations to the Ferrari. So we have been trained to follow. Those who do not follow are looked down upon.
Your time is limited, so don't waste it living someone else's life. Don't be trapped by dogma, which is literally the results of other people's thinking. Don't let the noise of others' opinions drown out your own inner voice. And most important, have the courage to follow your heart and intuition. They somehow already know what you truly want to become. Everything else is secondary.
We always believe, don't be trapped by dogma. Dogma means following results of other people's thinking. Because if we do that, majority of us, 99% of us, are in the rat race. When 99% are in the rat race, if you question them, they will say, you also join. If I am a rat, you also become a rat. So, your time is limited. Don't waste living somebody else's life. So when to a selected few the monk attracts, it means that there is a signal from above, there is a signal from some eternal power that you need to change. You need to look into yourself and let the Ferrari be where it is. Why did the monk become a monk even after having everything? That is the important question. The Ferrari is not the important question. So we need to be having our own thinking and our own messages from above, from inside our heart, and not live and not let other people's opinion drown our inner voice. Most of the time, our inner voice is drowned by other people's opinions because we have been forced, and because that opinion comes from such a lot of people and lot of dogma that we need and we are pressurized to follow it. So when the monk attracts, you realize that you're listening to your intuition. You're listening to your inner voice, and that can never be wrong because it somehow already knows what you want. The second question is solved, but I still haven't found what I'm looking for. Your inner voice, when it comes up, it already knows what you want. And that is very important for us. So when the monk attracts, we need to realize, yes, my step number 2 is done. Because the people who are crazy enough to think they can change the world are the ones who do. When the monk leaves everything and becomes a monk, people must have called him crazy. Yes or no? I think so. Because the normal routine is on. That is a normal routine. He was crazy enough to think, get out of the race. He changed himself and to send a message to the world. This is very beautifully said, because people who are crazy enough to think they can change the world are the ones who do. All these must have been called crazy at one point of time when they left the rat race. Definitely. But the question arises, are we crazy enough? Are we crazy enough?
Yes, I'm crazy. I'm crazy. Crazy, crazy, crazy. Yes, I'm crazy.
When we listen to this, we like it. Am I right? सबको अच्छा लगता है, कितना अच्छा है गाना. But how many people ask themselves, am I crazy enough? See, the point we started with was, anything that we see in the world during the day can be tweeted and made useful for ourselves. This is one of the prime examples. Listening to it is one point, but listening to it and asking yourself, am I crazy enough to do something like this for anybody? And the last one was the question, are you crazy enough to make the world happy? I say, forget make the world happy, are you crazy enough to make yourself happy? If you can make yourself happy, the world automatically around you will become happy. We have to be crazy enough to do something, take a step that is different from what normally is taken. We have to be crazy enough to make sure that even if for everybody the monk attracts, the Ferrari attracts, at least I should be the lucky one for whom the Ferrari does not attract and the monk attracts. And that attraction should let us be brave enough to take the step of getting out of the race, not just running inside the race. If we cannot be so crazy, what is the point in listening to that? Analyze. Make your life in such a way that when you listen to these things, you can analyze, tweet it, make it useful for your life. Because the people who are crazy enough to think they can change the world are the ones who do. They change the world literally. Literally, I am telling you. And I have stories for each of one where they were called absolutely crazy. But as on today, we look at them as our mentors. We look at them as our mentors. We look up to them and we would say, if these people were not there, the world would have been a very different place. And the world called me crazy also 18 years ago. The world called me crazy 18 years ago. When I walked away. Maybe I should write a book. The Swami who gave away diamonds in search for the real diamonds. And if you can say the monk who sold his Ferrari, these are more valuable, definitely. People calling crazy. When you step into these things, should be taken as a compliment. Compliment because it will give you the indication, yes, you are now not in the rat race, you have moved away. That is why all the rats running in the race are calling you crazy. So they call me crazy, doesn't matter. Maybe one day they'll read my book and say, yes, that was fine. We have to stop collecting and start earning in the real sense. This is very important for us. Stop collecting and start earning. Till date, what we have done is we have collected. We have collected material things, we have collected material goods, we have collected money, we have collected things, we have collected property, we have collected everything. But we have to start earning. There's a difference between the two. Collection is a thing are things that can be taken away from you. I have collected something, but because it is a tangible thing, it is outside of me, it can be taken away from me. I am not interested in collecting. Now is the time that we have to start earning, because even after collecting everything, we are not going to be satisfied. So forget collecting. Start earning. Once we start earning, our life will start changing. Because earning is very important. Earning is a thing that is from inside. That cannot be taken away from you by anybody. Once you have earned that thing, you have earned. You can't be robbed of it. Collections, things that you have collected in life can be robbed away, can be taken away, can be lost. Earning cannot be lost. So we have to stop collecting and start earning in the real sense. Remember, we were born to live, not living because we were born. We were born to live, and not living because we were born. There's a big difference in the two. If you ask somebody, how are you? If somebody says, na, cut rahi hai. Cut rahi hai. If this word comes out of your mouth anytime, realize you are living because you are born. Living because I was born, so I am living. There is no alternative. But we were born to live. That is a big difference. If you are born to live, you are enjoying your life, making something out of it, earning something out of it. That is important. कट रही है से काम नहीं चलेगा. And this is very important. We came into the world crying, but we should ensure that we leave with a smile. We came into the world crying. Everybody comes into the world crying. और नहीं रोते तो संसार रुला देता है. नर्स मार देती है तो रोना चालू हो जाता है. So we came into the world crying, but we have to ensure that we leave with a smile. Majority of the people come into the world crying, leave the world crying. Because their mind is set and attracted and cultivated and programmed to look at the material things. The classic example is, there was one businessman who was dying. So on the deathbed, he said, where's my wife? She came and said, I'm here. So very good. And he had a very nice shop, etc., whatever. So he said, okay, where is my elder child? Elder son. He said, okay, I'm here. Then the younger one came, I'm here. Then the youngest came, I'm here. Oh, very good. You are here, you are here, you are good. And the Bahu's daughter was, oh, see, I'm here, one, I'm here, two, I'm here, three. Oh, very good, you're also here. And the third generation, they also came and stood. Okay, he said, wife is here, 3 kids are here, and daughter-in-laws are here, and my third generation is here, very good. Suddenly he realized, and his face became red. All of you are here, who is at the shop? On the deathbed also, this is going to happen. Means, normal people come into the world crying, go out of the world on their deathbed, during the death, they go crying. This is the system. But very few selected ones, to whom that mob attracted, will come into the world crying, no option. But will go from the world with a smile. And that is the most important thing for us. We have to ensure that we leave this world with a smile. We do not want to go crying. People who have not earned will go crying. People who have earned will not go. Because those who have collected only and not earned. They have the fear that when I die, all this collection will be lost. And people who have earned do not have that fear that my earnings will be lost. So they will go with a smile. It is like there was a kingdom, and the king used to rule the kingdom very nicely. But there was a rule in the kingdom that at the end of 10 years, the king has to retire. Well and good, retire. But that retirement was with some riders, that the king has to leave the kingdom, go into the forest, without any help, without anything, wear the clothes of a monk and go into the forest. No supplies, no nothing, you are to yourself, bye-bye. So what used to happen is, many people came, they used to rule for 10 years, and on the 10th year, when there was 1 month or 2 months left, they used to start becoming sad. That now my time has come to leave everything and go. But sadly, they were taken in a procession, left at the forest, guarded there, and he had to leave crying into the forest, because then he did not know what is going to happen after. After staying for 10 years in that palace, staying in the forest without any help was going to be very difficult. So the things that used to go were very sad leaving the kingdom. One day, a king was elected, and he was told that you will be ruling for 10 years. He said, fine, 10 years, fine. He used to do very nicely, he used to take care of the people, he used to be a very nice king. Everybody was happy with him. Now, our mind has started thinking that since everybody was happy, they will tell him to leave and be there for more. But that was not the case. Rule 10 years. 9 years were over. He ruled happily. Everybody was so pleased with him. Everybody said, "You are very nice, this, that." But when 9 years and 6 months were done, the minister started reminding him. You remember 10 years is the cut-off line. He said, "Yes, I know." 9 months, 9 years and 6 months, 7 months. He was fine, smiling. 9 years and 10 months, nothing. He's okay. 11 months, only 1 month left. The Prime Minister comes to him and says, you realize that after 1 month you are supposed to. Yeah, I know. Fine. And when you know that somebody is going to be in trouble, this is a normal thing I'm saying. When we know that somebody is going to be in trouble because of a point, some people have the idea, or some people have the habit of going and telling that person the same thing again and again. This is because that person will get a sadistic pleasure out of it. He's going to go, so I should go and tell him. So people should go and come and tell him. You know, only 15 days are left. He said, "Yeah, I know. And you're still happy?" "Yeah, fine. I have to go. 5 days left. Still, there is no difference in the king. He is happy as he was before. 2 days. 1 day. And the day of going has come. The king is still smiling. The king is still smiling. People thought that when somebody loses a lot of money, sometimes he loses his mental health also. They thought the king must have been so depressed and etc. So he has lost his mental balance. He doesn't know what is going to happen to him. Pity, but he has to be left at the forest. He has to be left at the forest. Fine. They take him on the procession. He's still smiling. He's still happy. They take him to the forest, leave him, and the guards are put so that he does not come back. The Prime Minister was very close to the king. He used to like the king a lot. He said, "There's something wrong somewhere. My king was not so stupid that he would lose his mental balance because of all this. There is something somewhere which I do not know. So what he did was, on the next day, he sent 4 people, 4 spies, to the forest. He said, go and check it out. Where is my king? What has happened to him? If the wild animals eat him, did he, whatever happened, has he gone mad or what? I want the result. They went. 3 of them came back empty-handed. They said, I do not know, we couldn't trace him. He said, let us wait for the 4th one. When the 4th one came, he went straight to the minister. The minister was waiting for him. Yes, any news? He said, yes. The minister asked, how is my king? Has he gone mad? Is he alive? The man smiled. I said, yes, sir. Our king is very much alive. How is he? He said, he is very happy. And how can he be happy? Living alone in the forest and having nothing. How can he be happy? Sir, the man said to the Prime Minister, you were very right. You were very right. Your king was not so dumb as to lose his mental balance because of such things. He said, don't play with me, just tell me what happened. He said, I went and I found out that the king was on the other side of the forest. Yes. During the 10 years that he was in rule, slowly and steadily, he built a palace for him on the other side of the forest. He sent all the supplies. He made all the things that were supposed to be there. All his equipment, all his things, all the needs that he had. In the 10 years that he had on the throne, he made everything available on the other side. That is why when he left from here, he was not unhappy because he knew I have everything available on the other side. Why should I be unhappy? He is happy, he is peaceful, he is enjoying his life as he was enjoying here. He made his arrangements very simple. That is why he was not crying when he went away from the kingdom. That is why he was not sad when he went away from the kingdom. That is why he was pleased as he was before. Because for him it made no difference. I have a palace here, he knew I have a palace that side also. I have things here, he knew I have things here. I have made my arrangements for the other side. So why should I be sad? The Prime Minister was very pleased and with a smile he said, thank you. I was expecting this from my king. He came and he went smiling. All of us have to do this. We come into the world crying, but we need to live with a smile. And we can do that only and only if we have made arrangements for ourselves on the other side. Unless and until we do that, what will happen is, on the last day, at least the king knew I have 10 years. At least the king knew I have 10 years. Here, nobody knows how many years we have. Maybe tomorrow, or maybe today. Nobody knows. What we have to do is, we have to start earning. Collecting, we have done enough. We have to start earning for our journey, where on the other side of the forest, we have enough so that when we leave this body, we have enough arrangements for ourselves and we have enough for ourselves that we can peacefully, happily live with a smile. That is why the monk sold his Ferrari. That is the reason the monk sold his Ferrari. He realized this is not going to come with me. Only thing that will come with me is something else. Only thing that will come to me is my spiritual ordering. Only thing that will come to me is the way I live my life and the way and the things that I do with my life. The spiritual earning that I do in this life is going to come with me. And only those people who have made enough arrangements on the other side for themselves will live with a smile. Or else everybody is going to live crying. Come crying, leave crying, normal, rat race, run, don't run, win, don't win, you're still alive. We need to earn spiritually, make some spiritual progress, start earning for our spiritual upliftment, because that is the only thing that comes with us even after death. Our Gita Ji says, if a person has done some spiritual journey in one life, he dies in between, what happens? Our Lord says, Suchinam Shivatange Yoga Prashto Vijayate. That person will be born in such an atmosphere that he will be able to continue his journey on the spiritual path from where he had left it in the previous birth. So we need to make arrangements for ourselves that even in the next or the next or the next, we keep earning so that earning, that path we have traveled, we do not have to travel again. If I travel 1 mile today, I die, from the next birth, that spiritual mind will start from the 1 and plus. If I travel 2, then it will start with 3. So we have to make arrangements for ourselves. We do not want to go crying. And once we make arrangements for ourselves, we have the satisfaction that yes, whatever said and done, the collections that I did in this life are going to go. Doesn't matter. Then we will not be worried who is on the shop. Because what I have earned in life is going to come with me. That will ensure that you and me live with a smile. And that is our basic aim in life. We do not want to, at the end of life, we do not want to say, now I am dying, I forgot to live. That is not going to help us. Now I am dying and I am ready to live. That will help us. We need to ensure that we die but we smile. When we heard, रोते रोते ज़माने में आए थे मगर हंसते हंसते ज़माने से जाएंगे. If we can do that, question, what is life? It become, wow, what is this life? That is what it is.
Jai Shri Radhe, Jai Jai Shri Radhe, Jai Jai Shri Radhe, Guru Sarkar Bolige Shri Sant Mata Brajdevi Ji ki Jai, Guru Ladle Lal Ji ki Jai, Swami Krishnadasji ki Jai.
I will take 2 more minutes. 2 more minutes. First, if anybody has some relevant question for this, we will be pleased to discuss, or else we will do a small kirtan and end the presentation. Anybody? किसी के मन में कोई doubt आया हो for this presentation? Or else we will do one small kirtan and then we will carry on. 2 minutes. Gopala Gopala Re Pyare Nand Lala. Gopala Gopala Re Pyare Nand Lala. Pyare Nand Lala ho Bansali Bala. Pyare Nand Lala ho Bansali Bala. O Bansali Bala. Gopala Gopala Re Pyare Nand Lala. आओ जियो नंद कलाला बसेरी का प्यारा. 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 ओ बसेरी का प्यारा. गोपाला गोपाला रे प्यारे नंद लाला बोलो सावरिया गिरधारी लाला मोहन मुरली लाला सावरिया गिरधारी लाला मोहन मुरली लाला ओ मोहन मुरली लाला गोपाला गोपाला रे प्यारे नंद लाला गोपाला गोपाला रे प्यारे नंद लाला Each word we are saying are in our pointing. प्यारे नंद लाला हो बंसरी वाला हो बंसरी वाला गोपाला गोपाला रे प्यारे नंद लाला सावरिया गिरधारी लाला मोहन मुरली वाला सावरिया गिरधारी लाला मोहन मुरली वाला गोपाला गोपाला रे प्यारे नंद लाला गोपाला गोपाला रे प्यारे नंद लाला ओ प्यारे गोपाला ओ प्यारे नंद लाला बोलिए श्री संत माता देवी जी की जय लाडले लालन जी की सब भक्तन की जय
Radhe Radhe. We would like to thank Swamiji for enlightening us on what is this life. A big round of applause for him, please. I'm sure this session has helped all of us understand and realize the importance of a smooth, scenic journey. जिंदगी और जिंदगी के इस सफर में मैं उम्मीद रखता हूँ कि हम सब और थोड़ा समझेंगे और थोड़ा जानेंगे and get a real taste of life. I hope all of us have definitely earned something today in life and will leave with a smile today. I now request our Vice Chairman of Radhakrishna Brothers Mandal, Swami Krishnadasji, to present a small token of appreciation to Swami.
बोलिए श्री वृंदावन बिहारी लाल की जय, श्री ब्रज वल्लभ लाल की जय, अलबेली सरकार की जय, जय श्री राधे, जय जय श्री राधे, जय जय श्री राधे। गुरु चरणारविंद की जय, स्वामी कृष्णदास जी की